Ooh, spooky stream. Fuck's sake. I hope it's going too much then. Friday the 13th, spooky stream. If anyone wants to come on and tell a ghost story on camera, you can. But I'll warn you, I probably won't want to talk to you. So you can come on, tell you the story, and then say goodnight, and then I'm going, and then I'm turning you off. So, right. Hopefully you can all see me and hear me all right. I was having a bit of trouble getting on. I am just going to set this up how I want it, and I'll put an ad on. Right, so let me know if you can hear me or not. And I'll be back in about 30 seconds. If I can remember where the clip is. Right, if everyone wanted to donate to the channel, this is how. Right, I'm back. Right, so yes, if you not ever know that Friday the 13th is coming up or anything, let me know, because I didn't actually know it was Friday the 13th tonight till yesterday. And by then, I didn't really have enough time to get anything properly ready. I would have actually done maybe a video today, or prepared a video for today, like a jokey video, or organize something for tonight. So instead, you're going to see me in the dark, hoping people come on and tell some stories. So there's series on. Let me just go into live chat. So who was first? Paul was first. Right, mate. Zed, T2. Is that you, T2? You changed your name, or is that a different T2? Nick's Knives, Terry, Tactical, Top Hat Man, CM, Stug, Charmer, Charlie. You right, mate? You right, Emma? How you doing? Steve, Darren. Right, that looks like it, and I don't think anyone was asking anything. Sadly, and I sound weird, I ain't got any fucking ghost stories I can remember nowadays. Our family used to tell some quite good ghost stories, but where I used to drink all the time, especially when I was younger, I can't fucking remember any of them now. So yeah, if anyone wants to come on camera or even just audio, I'll let you come on. So I'll send you the link. You come on. I'll say hello. You tell the story. I'll say goodbye, and then that's it. One flash up there, Mike. Who's that in the background? He's shirtless with a cowboy hat on. There might actually be something in here. You wait till I move. There may actually be something in here. I thought I saw a ghost behind me earlier, but don't seem to be anything there at the minute. But yeah, I'm all right. A little bit tired. I had to sleep earlier. Yeah, I would have organised this better and actually told people they can come on and all that, but oh well. Oh, Charlie, we'll have to meet up soon. I know I keep saying that, and I know we tried to recently, but we'll actually sort it out properly soon. And I'll give you about a week's notice so you can like properly sort it out if you want soon. I won't keep giving you I'll keep giving you. I know you can sometimes make it on that time, about an hour's notice, but I'll give you about a week's notice for the next time. Yeah, and then we'll have a proper meetup. Terry said, "Hi, Mike and everyone. Are we allowed to mention Plymouth if you want? Yeah, I don't mind. I'll be honest, I don't really know a lot about it, but yeah." Nick's Knives said, "CM, we can have him come on and tell a scary story about how he saw a kid in the crop top." Who's that? Oh, what? I know who you're on about now. Oh, for fuck's sake, yes. Since I read the rest of that, I realised who you meant. But yeah, sorry, I get a bit distracted sometimes. I've only been awake about half an hour. Yeah, stuff that happened in Plymouth, terrible thing, all round. Child being shot, sound like a family being shot and all that, and Yeah. Horrible thing to happen. Charmer said, sounds like a plan, mate. We're looking forward to it. Happy Friday the 13th. Yeah, happy Friday the 13th. I may have to watch my favourite Friday the 13th film later now. Tap said, I see you're still rocking the hippie look. I am. And if you can see me properly, I've even got the... I'll just turn the light on just for a second. I've even got the Wolverine. Oh, shit, you just saw the ghost in the background there. I'm starting to get the sticky up bits on the side of my hair like Wolverine now. Oh, shit. There's the ghost. I told you there was a ghost in here. He's not supposed to be there when the light comes on. Liam, you're right, mate. T2 said, was Friday the 13th for every car I MOT tested today, not one pass. Yeah, was it one of them days where, yeah, it was all just, what the fuck was it? Don't forget you can get your merchandise. Ghost, but I don't allow him in the house anymore, but yes. Next night said, apparently the guy had a YouTube channel, was subbed to a load of super right-wing incel channels. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Nick, I don't really know a lot about it, but I had a little bit of a look. Channel's been took down. And to be honest, from the stuff I've seen, he was obviously mentally fucking ill. You know, if you go around shooting people like that, you probably are anyway. Do you know what I mean? But Top Hat Man said, awful thing. Looking forward to all the ludicrous nonsense about gun laws again. Yeah, exactly. So he said, more bad publicity for decent weapons, guys. From this bloody dickhead. Yeah, exactly. Steve said they don't want. Well, yeah, that's a good point. Actually, yeah. He said, why don't they just kill themselves from the start? It was a bloody mental case. Yeah, I can understand that. Yes. Did he, Terry? That's terrible, isn't it? Black Bricks, right, mate. I still need to put your name back on there. I ain't done it yet. I've been a bit lazy. By the way, if people want to come on and tell a ghost story, they can. Tactical, this is what I meant. There'll be no single mention of ghosts or ghost stories all night tonight. There a bloke with a firearms license, shotgun license, legally. This is to Carter Latbricks, who could legally own firearms, shotguns. I think he had a pump action shotgun. So if it's a pump action shotgun that shot quite a few cartridges, it must have been on a firearms license. Shot 5 people and then himself, but he shot. Well, turned out he shot his mum by the sounds of it. Shot 2 women, 2 men, or something like that, and a 10-year-old girl or something, and then killed himself. Zed said to Tactical, I went to the Quacks on Monday, back on the solid antibiotics. Are you still having issues with that, Zed? That's a shame. So, was it a 3-year-old, not a 10-year-old? As a child, anyway, wasn't it? No matter what it was. Yeah. Steve's got a chest infection. D2 said, bloody M6 shut today. Had to go through Liverpool to get back home. Took me 2 hours to get to the Wirral. So. CM said, police took it away and then gave it him back in July. Liam said, even if it's bollocks, it's an interesting story. Liam said, I have a weird ghost story. We'll type it in a bit, but not mine, but someone I knew told me. All right, Liam, yeah, nice one, mate, nice one. I suppose I could read them out, can't I? 3-year-old. Top Hat Man said, apparently the license was removed a few years ago for an assault. It was given back to him along with his guns. There you go. Oh, that's a bit too bright. Turn that down a bit. There you go. You can get me looking even worse now. Most unflattering light you can do. I'll be honest, if you listen to any of the stuff he was coming out with, I wanted to check his channel out, but they've removed it, haven't they? It was a shame. They should have left it up. Some of the stuff he was coming out with was typical sort of weird nutterish that weird incel bullshit, you know, and everything's a woman's fault and can't get a girlfriend because it's their fault, not his, sort of thing. But again, I don't know a lot about it apart from the 2-minute video I watched. So, Zed said tactical. Apparently, no. It's an open wound. No idea how it got infected. It does feel a bit better now, thank you. Thankfully. So he said, big transmitter fire with us in the northeast, Mike. All our Freeview and digital signals. Fuck's sake, yeah, that's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? Well, at least you still got me. But yeah, I bet that's a cunt, isn't it? Yeah, that's an excuse to all the people up north to get your missuses on this. They'll absolutely hate it. Nah, not all of them hate it, but a lot of them because they don't have no idea what we get up to on here. Like, what the fuck is this? Especially tonight. Yeah, I've got a ghost in the room as well, ladies. Jumble Sauber, he says boo back. Ryan Fenton, you right, mate? And he said, how's everyone been? Not bad, not bad. I had a injured stomach for quite a while, and it's if I do some hard work in the shed, I can, you know, like this. The only way I can really explain it is, you know, normally a normal general job, you wouldn't feel your stomach muscles doing anything, would you? You know what I mean? You don't get in after a day's work thinking, oh, my stomach's aching today. You would say that about your arms or your legs. So say if you go on a long walk and your legs ache, when I work in the shed and come out, my stomach aches. The stomach muscles ache where they're still damaged and not fully recovered, but it's getting a lot better now. Put a bit of deep heat on, or those pads that Timbo gave me, and that actually fucking sorts it out. Lovely, yeah. Just getting there. I just need to make sure I don't ever do. I will go back to sword cutting eventually, but I just got to make sure I don't do that. Nothing too heavy, and definitely try not to cut those great big fucking 6-litre thick bottles. That's what's done it each time. Yeah, it's that bloke droning on and on. Exactly, dude. That's the one. Little picker, you right, mate? So if you wanted a girlfriend that badly, haircut and a beard, that's what I thought. I thought that, to be honest. I thought that. And I know that sounds a bit sort of cuntish, but yeah, exactly. Terry said, Mike, enjoying your what's that video? Oh, comparison video on the Crossbows. Nice one. I'm going to get back into doing all of that soon. Because of this injury and that and drinking a lot, I was getting to the stage where I really kept getting up thinking, what's the point? You know what I mean? But I'm getting out of that now. And Zed, I didn't drink as much last week, so there's a good thing. I'll tell you in a minute how much I drank. But yeah, I'm getting back into it, so I should now be able to start getting more videos done because I've been doing like one video a week in the live streams, which ain't a lot for me. I want to start getting multiple videos out because my views are down at 30,000 a month now. Rumble Sourbush, I don't know, my stomach knows it's working when I've had a curry. You're right, Rich. Top Hat Man said, drilled in your house today, Mike. No, I haven't. But the other day, I was drilling for about a good hour. And it's lovely. It probably wasn't even an hour. It would have been like 4 hours worth of work with my old drill. It was probably, 45 minutes work with that drill, and all of it is easy work to put that handle down. Yeah, it made my life much easier. And the drill holes are so much more accurate now. CM said, I had to sadly upload a video today telling people that my guns are for sport and not the other thing. Yeah, not other thing, exactly. I had so many comments about people, about me wanting to kill people. They're fucking freak shows, aren't they, CM? I watched about half of your video, I think, because then I had to, it was when I got up, and then I had to get ready to do this. So I've actually watched half your video. Yeah. It's fucked up that you have to do that. You shouldn't have to do it, should you? Anyone joining in thinking, come on, where's the scary stuff? If you want to tell a story, you can, on camera or in the chat. It's up to you. The scariest thing I can provide tonight is the extended version of this. This is the 4 or 5 second version.
That's what we call diarrhea.
That's about as scary as I can get tonight. So he said, typical Mike. The boys in blue kept the knives at the airport, but let the tit like the one with the news get his guns. Yeah, it's insane, isn't it? Yeah, block and come and raid your house over some knives that are legal. Yeah, let some nutter bloke who, if people had been watching his videos, would have known there was something wrong with him in the first place. Yeah, let him have firearms. Don't see how busy. Who ain't paid the lecky bill? That's what I say. Top Hat Man said, you need a pair of mole noses to hold the stuff down. Yes. Yeah. Well, at the minute, I've got a couple of ideas, but I do need some stuff like that. But what I do, if it's a little fiddly thing, I make a jig out of wood that can hold the thing in and sort of clamp it in, and then I can hold a big bit of wood, which enables it not to spin and stuff. T2 said Lord Flashlight said had the subframe crumbled and the bolts secured. Oh, was Lord Flashlight on? I didn't even see him. All right, Lord Flashlight. Sorry I didn't say hello. I didn't even know he was on. Charmer said, I once saw my gran getting into the bath. That scared me more than any ghost. That's the only thing I'd be able to come up with as far as ghost stories. It would just be scary sort of stories. Digger JCB, how you doing? I did see your comments last time. Well, I didn't see them, Jay, but yeah, I've noticed them this time. But I checked. What I did, because I wondered if your comments weren't shown. I checked that video after, and I did see your comments after. And he said, what film will you be watching tonight? Probably one of the Friday the 13th. I'll probably watch my favourite Friday the 13th, which for me is Friday the 13th part 8, I think it is. Jason Takes Manhattan. And it's Friday the 13th set on a big boat and then in the sewers of New York. Bit different. It's quite a good one. Liam said, some people I know moved into an old house and every night they heard scratching noises. They thought it was rats. They started decorating, and in one of the rooms behind the wall, they found a pair of rusty scissors stuck open. They bent them, and the noise stopped. I think you've told me that before, actually. And he said, lol. No, lol, ghosts and some shit. I don't know. That's weird, though, isn't it? Scratching noises, and then, yeah, get rid of these scissors, and it fucking stops. Ryan said, the stuff I saw in Afghanistan 2011 is more than enough to scare people, but I'm not willing to disclose. No, I bet that would. I bet that fucking would. Exactly. Top Hat Man said, what the fuck, Liam? Those rats now to use scissors. Dumble Salvo said, finally got a Highlander katana a couple of days back at a local seaside shop. Just need to kill Bill Bride's sword, and that'll sort out my 8-piece movie katana collection. Nice one, Riggs. Yeah, you have to show me that. I did see the BB gun you showed me, actually. Yeah, that looked good. I'll be honest, you're distressing of things, you know, when you distress these things to make them look, you know, more realistic, fucking decent. Top Hat Man said, I want some Mike's OnlyFans. Holy shit. Yeah, but that's holy shit in a good way. That's not like a bad way. That's like dreams come true, not nightmares, mate. Everyone dreams about finding that OnlyFans. Liam said, may have done. It's just one of those weird stories. I heard weird stories like that with crosses behind walls. Yeah, bizarre, isn't it? I do like weird stuff like that. Bizarre. I ain't really got any supernatural sort of scary stories, I don't think. Steve said, man was hit by a flying power tool. He stated everything was fine. Then bosh. For fuck's sake. Little Picker said, why did they bother to have firearms licensing laws if people can hold a license while they're making videos comparing themselves to the Terminator and them others are pleading to the NHS to help them? Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? It sort of makes a lot of it completely pointless, don't it, Little Picker? I understand what you mean there. Yeah, it does. You think, well, fucking hell, why have it then? I thought that it was so they could check these things, wasn't it? Leah said that bloke sounds more like the Virgin. Fuck's sake. Top Hat Man said, heard about all this with the Americans pulling out of Afghanistan and the Taliban back in minutes. I'm not sure they can win, honestly. Exactly. Dumble Sabos, in fact, it's easy. If you use the right matte black spray paint and use fine, wet and dry on the high spots on the replica gun, It's hard work, but worth it. They look decent. I'll tell you what, they look decent, Riggs. Paz, you right, mate? How are you? Just as a warning to everyone who's come on, don't be too scared, by the way. I don't know if everyone's just cacking their pants just watching this. The only other thing I've got that's quite scary is this one. And this is real, and be warned, no under 18s. Yeah. Discretion, viewer discretion advised.
Yeah. Look at that. It just knocked the dirt out.
That man is now dead with no face. Ryan said with a couple of pints and watch the cult slasher Blood Rage. I don't think I've ever seen that one, Don't think I've seen that. I have to look that up. Leah Picker said, and why didn't the Virgin just hire a hooker like any other ugly inbred? Exactly. I don't know. Chat said, anyone wanting to be scared, I'll show my face. You can come on, Tactical. As I said, that it'll just be hello, you tell your story and you go. I know you don't mean that though, but Persia's the only thing I have that's scary is my wife. Yeah. Dumble Sabu said, I only ever turn the lights out if the police or the bailiffs are knocking. Sam said, imagine he did that with his broken crossbow. Exactly. I don't think the video will be uploading, sadly. So I'm just looking through my clips quickly. Tough hat, man. Said, yeah, sorry, Mike, for the misconception. The OnlyFans was holy shit in a good way. Exactly. He said, dear me the link. Dear me for the link, everyone. It's okay if that's okay with you, Mike. Go ahead. Just don't spread it about too much. I don't want to get too popular. You know what I mean? I'll be like the, they put on their top 1% of OnlyFans. I'll be the 1%. Steve says slingshot is God. Lol. Just enjoy my black coffee today. Oh, Zed, yes. What I did last week, because I know I drink too much, definitely, 100%. Sometimes I just need someone to say it as well to get it into my head, because I know it, but I ignore myself. Sometimes all I need is someone else to say it, even if it's just an offhand comment. That's a lot of drink. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's enough for me to think, well, someone else is thinking it too. So, so I finally decided to get a slightly smaller shot glass. And when I say slightly smaller shot glass, I mean a normal size shot glass. Because the shot glass I use is actually a fucking double. And I sometimes fill that up, pour it in the glass, put a little bit more in, pour it in the glass. And this is just like a 250ml glass. So I didn't really think that I was putting essentially trebles in sometimes each drink. Yeah, so each of them glasses, I was sometimes essentially having a fucking treble. So I thought, and that's why I get through so much booze. I was getting to the point where I was drinking a whole 70cl bottle of vodka, and that wasn't enough. And then I'd need, sometimes I was drinking 6 fucking Stellas with that and more. So what I did, I got a smaller, Irish shot glass, yeah. Got a smaller shot glass, and I did actually get nicely drunk still, but drunk a lot less. I still had about, what I used to leave, about that much vodka in the bottle. Fuck's sake. Got a phlegmy throat, I've been eating just before I come on. Liam said he sounds like that Supreme Gentleman Elliot from a few years. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just an English version of that by the looks of it, Liam. But yeah, if I actually use a smaller shot glass, I do drink less. So I'll just keep doing that now. Little people, did anyone see that video of the Indian guy who made his own helicopter? The tail rotor took out the main rotor, and the main rotor took out the Indian guy. Fuck's sake. No, I don't think I've seen that. Jump said, Mike, you drink too much. John's life, how you doing, mate? And he said, "Hey, Mike, did you see the days?" I did. Yes, you're too. I did. Yeah, because funnily enough, John, I asked in that comment, in that chat, I said, "Oh, do you know the make of it?" And when I scrolled up, I realised you'd written it. Yeah, it looks good. You have to see if you can. When I do the shooting competition, if you want to join in, John, join in with your pistol, join in with that air rifle, join in multiple things, and your other air rifle, not your other air rifle, your 2.2 rifle. Top Hat Man said, "You said you'd been drinking that black coffee. Tried it out. Pretty good, to be honest. You like a bit of black? I like black coffee. Mine's just cheap black coffee. Seems a slingshot. Where's the thumbnail of this stream? Is it really? Fuck's sake. I thought my viewers was going down." So I said, "Yeah, Mike, creeps up on you. It does. I'm good that I don't drink regularly. You know, I can leave it a week. I can leave it 3 weeks. So I don't drink every day now. But yeah, when I do drink, I get massively overboard, and I'll drink for like 12 hours, 9 in the evening till 9 in the morning, and drink like nearly 40 fucking units." Sing, how you doing, mate? Wolf said, how you doing? Zed said, "Well done for that, Mike." Yeah, so I'm going to use a smaller shot glass now, and then because even if I put, it made a difference, and I still got nicely drunk. So, and in all honesty, the drinks tasted a bit better since they ain't got a fucking treble in them. Dumble Sailboo said, "Yeah, been there, mate. Can drink 8 pints of 4.5% lager, don't get pissed. Go down the pub, have half a pint of the same percentage and feel drunk. Go figure, it's weird. It's bizarre, isn't it? It is bizarre." Don's Life said, "I'll join in with it. I'll do the 2.2 caliber firearms since I have plinking bullets." Nice one, John. Sounds perfect. Iron Man, how you doing, mate? He said, "Mike, I was considering buying an EK Archery Cobra 130 pound crossbow. I need your honest opinion on it, though." Right. So you don't want to get. Did you want to get the one with the magazine? The Cobra Adder, was it? Tell me if it's the one with the magazine or not. The one with the magazine. Right. The only downsides with all of them, they have to have very specific bolts. They won't shoot just any bolts. You have to get the bolts that they supply or AliExpress versions of them, which still ain't that cheap. So they have very specific bolts. And I had a couple of issues with my magazine one that put me off slightly because it was fucking dangerous. I will never ever shoot that without eye protection on, ever. I would never ever shoot that one with a magazine without eye protection on. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Iron Man. If that new one didn't have to have proprietary bolts, it would be the best crossbow I own. And yeah, if you could probably afford the bolts, so I'd say go for it, Iron Man. It's decent. Being able to cock a crossbow like that with absolutely no effort at all, it's got some decent safety features. The only thing is it doesn't have very good open sights. The open sights on it are terrible. You're literally looking down an unadjustable groove to 3 dots. And after time, you can't tell which dot. But I just covered the other 2 dots with a piece of tape. So there's only 1 dot in the middle. And you can put better, you can put a telescopic sight on. But yeah, if you can afford the bolts, which you could, I'd say get it, Iron Man. How much is it? I think for the price of it as well, that one, the £130 one, without the magazine, is a decent price. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, get it. Especially if you can afford the bolts. The only reason I don't shoot mine is because I can't really afford the bolts. And the bolts, I wish the bolts was aluminium. But yeah, if you can afford it, the bolts, I mean, because you know me, I struggle to be able to pay a tenner for bolts. So Terry said, "Did you see about the woman getting killed by a young toddler? Shot gun. Wasn't looked up." I did not know that. No, that's fucked up, isn't it? Yeah, I reckon I must have had 34 units on Wednesday. So we'll have at least a full week, no booze. Yeah, I would, Liam. That's a lot of booze for one night. And you're a lot slimmer than me as well. So yeah, so it'd probably affect you more. Yeah, I would. I'd have a week off if I was you. Things that I have a problem with drinking. My problem is it costs too much. Yeah, you can't get it down yourself quick enough. What's that from? I've got a problem with drink. I can't get it down quick enough. I don't know. Since summer. Sounds like a league gentleman to me. Right, said, unfortunately, you're breaking up on my end. Internet's playing up. Have fun, everyone. I'm off to get drunk and watch Slashville. See you later, Ryan. He's probably long gone. See you later, mate. Eric, how you doing, mate? You all right? Right, I'll try and catch up in a minute. Derry City, I was doing 40 and above units a day. Been sober 6 weeks now. Yeah, that's a lot for a day, ain't it, Terry? Fucking hell. Liam says, so I guess in reference to the stream, you can say I was possessed by spirits. Top Hat Man said, how do you control that screen in the background? It's just a little it's a little digital photo frame and it just goes through the pictures. So I put them in order and it just goes through it. Peter, lad across the road last Saturday kicked off, smashed the house up, etc. 6 police, 2 police cars. What a joke the police were. Should have put my boxers on and knocked the fucker out. Kids with ale, oh dear. That's so. Yeah, it can be a nightmare, isn't it? Matt said, all right, both of us watching Nice Extendable Walking Stick, Mike. Got a Todd Cutler book. Nice one. All right, Matt. All right, Stacey, how you doing? Bowie, nice one. All flash. I love the adder. Mine's a money pit, though. Yes. You amount of stuff you got on yours. Yeah, if I think the one with the magazine is good. I just had a couple of issues with bolts and it ever so slightly put me off. But I'll get back round to it. I haven't been doing any crossbow shooting lately. I need to get back into it. Which I will. That's like, that's just what I do anyway. Steve said, I built an SLS camera for ghost hunting and was showing it to my nephew. In the chair behind me, was a stick figure appeared. I reached my hand over and it took my hand. That was my grandfather's chair. Oh, really? That's fucking fascinating. Yeah, because it was you, Steve, who sent me that video, wasn't it? With the dots, the dot picture from the Xbox cameras, wasn't it? Whatever it is. That's it, isn't it? Yeah. Is that what the SLS camera thing is? That's fascinating. Liam said, yeah, no fucking clue. Oh, I drank that much on Wednesday. It was probably just bad news of mine. I'd imagine so, Liam. As I said, you'd be better off of it anyway, because you saw my message, didn't you? The problem is with booze, you tend to do a lot of it when something bad happens, but it then just makes you feel worse. So you feel a bit better while you're doing it, but as soon as you're off of it, you feel worse for longer, sort of thing. I think you'd be better off of it for a bit. Underneath Armory, how you doing, mate? Nice new knife you put on today. I saw that. With your brass bolsters and that. Darren said, evening, Mike. How you doing? Happy Friday the 13th. All right, mate. Top Hat Man said, you've got to do another video of Liam. Watched it. Oh, I definitely will do videos with Liam again. It was just, we just didn't really spoke about it again since last time because of all the COVID stuff. I reckon we'll probably end up doing something next year. We'll have to see. Dumble Salbu said, my story, an abandoned church at dusk. So still daylight, a small rustling bush. It was being rustled by the roots, no wind. And the bush was so small, so no one was doing it up top. That's weird, isn't it? Matt said, I'm glad you brought up the mag issue of the adder, Mike. It made want the standard one. And you have to rewrite that last bit. Non-compliance. I bought the green vein bolts on the eBay for £1. They need 10mm cut off then. To fit the adder mag. Yes, it's hard to get bolts that fit them properly. And the ones that actually do it for them are a lot of money. I imagine, Mike, the RX Cobra 130 is the one you've got no magazine. That's it. I've got the £130 magazine one and the £90 one without the mag. But I know what you mean. So essentially what you're getting is the like the Cold Steel cheap shot, just in a black version, isn't it? With the £130 price. I would say get it. If you can afford the bolts, they're not that expensive, man. They're just like probably double the price of normal. They're probably just double the price of normal bolts. But you can put a broadhead on them. Yeah. Well, so it's early days for magazine crossbows. No matter how much I check or prepare, they'll always dry fire eventually. The XR is fun, but unreliable. Exactly. 100% agree with you there, Wolf said. Yeah, both of mine have malfunctioned multiple times. But, it's just, as you say, it's just early days of magazines, isn't it? It's because they're so, they're basic, but they can still fuck up sort of thing. Percio said moderation is key. Exactly, mate. Yeah, totally agree. Hence why I'll take a break, then go back to it when I can have a drink and enjoy it. That's it. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Yeah, I'm going to have a bit of time off. I think I won't drink for about 3 weeks, I think. Mark, how you doing, mate? He said, turn the lights on, mate. I'm shitting my pants.
Oh, that's what we call diarrhea.
Yeah, Terry, he said, I'm staying off it. I was killing myself. Drinking 40 units a day, you fucking would be, in all honesty, yeah. And didn't even said you can see the advertisements being better in the dark. I thought that as well, yeah. I don't know if you've seen the ghost yet, though. Watch out, everyone. Don't get too scared. You can see that pretty, yeah, see good in the dark, can't you? Dan said, I broke my pistol crossbow last Sunday. Trying to hunt rabbits, for fuck's sake. Lord Flash said, the Adamag is detachable, so it can act like R9 without it. It can fire the long bolts with the mag on any. Well, exactly. You can just feed him in the top, can't you? Exactly. Matt said, Mike, do you remember the first horror movie that freaked you out as a kid? I'm not sure. I've got memories of the Terminator, and I know the Terminator is not really. Is the Terminator classed as a horror film? Because it pretty much is. I still sometimes. It's not in the sense because of a childhood thing, but I still sometimes have weird Terminator nightmares now. In fact, I had a Terminator nightmare about a week ago. I have weird sort of being chased, but he never gets me, and after time I'll get him. But yeah, I'll be being relentlessly followed by something. Terminator, one of the early Halloween films, but not the first one. Probably from what I remember, Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Steve said, Iron Man, you can get the R9, buy the £130 limb. You have the lower power and the higher one then. Dad said, I once went to a localish haunted pub for a drink with some mates. I had a few pints, walked outside and hit the deck. And no, it wasn't the beer that got me. It was the spirits. That's what he said. Nice one. Number sub is I was 16 back in 1989. The Mandan Church is well known for it being haunted. I can't explain how the bush was rustling. Like somebody was doing it on purpose, but couldn't see how it was done. Yeah, that's bizarre, isn't it? That's bizarre. CM said I want to see the full one. Problem is, if I do the 4-minute shitting video, I lose about 20 viewers. Richmond, you right, mate? Top Hat Man said, currently got the Anaconda recurve, thinking of getting a Barnet Hyper Whitetail 410. Sadly, Top Hat Man, I really know nothing about either of those two, so I can't really help you. Mark said, tried to email you last week, dude. Got a message, got bounced. Right, Mark, if you can, don't forget there's Facebook, there's a Facebook page, Instagram or Twitter. You can get hold of me on if you want. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I've got an issue with all shit like that. See if you can get on one of them. The links are in the description for them. You may have to sign up to one of them, but it does mean you can email me really easily. You don't have if you just made an account on one of those places, don't ever have to upload anything. It's just, but you can get hold of me like that then. Terry said, but the consultant's telling me to carry on boozing. Well, is that because of how much you was drinking, though? Because you can drink so much. If you just stop it, it can kill you, can't you? Terry said, Mike, do you have a set of night vision goggles? No, I haven't, mate. No, never had any of them. CM said, I had one the other day from The Walking Dead. Like I was in it. But there was also everyone else I knew. I was so confused when I woke up. It's so amazing that your brain can do these things. Yeah, I had a fucking mental, vivid dream the other day. It was fucking brilliant. I'll tell you the bits I can remember because it was bizarre. Well, it wasn't bizarre, but it was very real, but it wasn't scary. So I was in some weird kind of war. It must have been World War II, because at one point I had a rifle and I stood about 6 foot behind Hitler and I was just about to shoot. I lined my barrel up right to his fucking head. I was just about to shoot Hitler in the head. When I pulled my trigger, nothing happened. But when he turned around, it didn't actually look like Hitler, but it was Hitler. You know, in your dream, it doesn't even look like him, but it was Hitler. Do you know what I mean? That was the end of that bit. And then I was stood inside like a building where there was windows then it was like an office building. You could see windows both sides out. I had a rifle, and I was looking through the scope, and quite a way away, I could see another sniper pointing his gun at me, and he saw me pointing the gun. He put his gun down, picked up a rocket launcher. So I had to run to the window, smash the windows, jump out. But I jumped out, and just say like the bit of wall underneath the windows, like 2 or 3 foot. It's like a couple of stories high. But when I jumped out, I landed on like an awning, and there was a light. So I was hanging on the awning, holding onto the light, while the rocket went into the building, and all the flames was coming out the window. Yeah, very vivid, but it wasn't scary. It was like being in an action film. Yeah, and then I woke up. It was bizarre. London said you killed Hitler's brother. Mike called World War II. Yeah, it was bizarre. It was bizarre. But one of those really vivid dreams, really vivid. But I get them quite often if I have a nice lay-in, because I think it's because you're not fully asleep. Like you're not in proper deep sleep, so you can almost get in a little bit of lucid dreaming, but not. That one was bizarre, but good. Yeah, I often get chased by some kind of Terminator thing. Just relentlessly being fucking stalked by some fucking thing. T2 said, Jumbo Sabu, if it's by the roots, it's weird phenomenon. It needs to be investigated. Singh said, when I was younger, me and about 10 mates were drinking in the local park. It was pitch black under an old massive oak tree. We heard some crashing, flapping noise above us. Everyone shit themselves around. I bet they did. Top Hat Man said, this is one of those lucid dreams that you could. Yeah, it was sort of. I couldn't fully control it, but yeah, it was very, very vivid though. CM said, what kind of films have you been watching? So mad that these things happen, especially when you remember it. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, you know why I was getting the Terminator dreams? Because I've been streaming the Terminator fucking game recently. Because I know what's going to happen when I stream the Friday the 13th game. I'm going to be stalked by fucking Jason in my fucking dreams. He's a cunting old stalker, isn't he? He stalks after you. Dundee said there's a way to increase your chances of lucid dreaming. Like train yourself to recognise a sign that lets you know when you're asleep. That's it. I've looked into that. So did Malk. Because we wanted to get into that because it sounds fascinating being able to really properly control your dreams. So Malk started really badly getting into it, finding out how to do it, started doing it, had a really, really vivid lucid dream, but then he couldn't control it. And he said it turned into the worst, vivid, horrible nightmare he'd ever had. Because it was so fucking real, but he'd sort of lost control of it, sort of thing. Oh, Londinian, I did actually message you what it was. This is it, mate. Fuck me, it's too dark in here. Let me find a torch. Right, this is my PSN thing. I changed it. I'm pretty sure it's this. If not, let me know what yours is. I did message you, but it's typical YouTube. You probably didn't actually get sent the reply. Right, so search this, mate. I don't know why I've typed it. I could have just told you. Pretty sure it's just WeaponCollector 1. All right, well, I'll search that. If you can't find mine, I'll search yours, mate, and I'll find you later. You're off, Top Hat, man. Good night, mate. Liam said, right, have a good evening. I'm going to get an early. Oh, and you, Liam, good night, mate. Ron Flash, I picked up the EK Archery £80 pistol limb for testing. Doubled up with the £130 limb, see if it's worth it. If the limbs are only £8, £9 for more power, even £50, that's cheap, really, isn't it? It's cheap. Wolf said, I got a tank top off your store. It's XL, fits my shoulders and chest. It's like a skirt at the waist. Yaz using it as night. Well, that's just as good. That's just as good. Nice one, Wolf said. Yeah, it probably, sizes, you know what sizes the things are like. Well, I should have said, yeah, Wolf said, you know what that is, don't you? That's probably American XL, isn't it? That's probably American XL. You'll have to see if they got any other different shapes. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me know what you want, Wolf said, and I'll see if there's a different kind of, because there's different like vests and that. There's different ones. There's like slim fit vests. I ain't done all of them. I might, if you tell me what you want, I might be able to make a specific, because it only takes 5 minutes to do. Steve said, one of the best spooky films when I was young, I can't remember the name, an old black and white one where a ventriloquist dummy comes to life. There's quite a few like that. Yeah. There's a Anthony Hopkins one like that. London, I have got GTA 5 and I will come on there with you a couple of, sometime if you want. I ain't got it installed at the minute. Yeah, I'll be up for that one day. UFC 3 I ain't got though. Jim said I tuned in to what sounded like Mike's description of an iffy DMT chip. Let's say, just a dream, Jim, just a dream. Matt said, have you ever heard of REM dreams? That's rapid eye movement dreams, isn't it? Of your teeth falling out. I have, and it's very common. My therapist says, well, I've never had the teeth falling out ones. I've had people covering me, like Malcolm covering me in tattoos. And I've had ones where I've had weird, horrible, big infected cuts. And I'm having to be operated on while I'm awake. Weird shit like that. I used to have dreams as a teen. Where you're just about to undress a right fit bird and wake up. That's pretty much what I have nearly every time. At the point of climax, something happens. You never get to finish it, as they say. John said, did you hear the Vampire of Croglin Grange? Never heard of it. John, feel free to tell us a story if you want. I'd be interested, mate. But yeah, the owl, doing a bit of a bird and then never getting to finish it every fucking time. Yes, I rarely remember my dreams. When I do, I'm probably sick. Yeah, I think I remember them more because of I quite often get to have a nice hour lay-in, and that's when I tend to have them because the little sleep I had just before coming on here, I was having quite a vivid dream. But it was one of those that as soon as I woke up, it sort of went. Terry said, do you have falling dreams? Yes, I used to have recurring falling dreams. I used to have recurring falling dreams in one night where I'd climb up a ladder in a big hay bale thing and jump off of it and stuff like that, or fall off of it, hit the ground, and I'd wake up. And I'd do that a couple of times in the night. But yeah, no, I used to have loads of weird falling off building ones, climbing up a tree, falling out of it, falling out of a building ledge. Yeah, and hitting the ground, waking up. Yeah, falling dreams used to be quite common for me. Don't really have them now, though. Terry said, I dream loads, but I've got sleep apnea. I'm going to try and catch up with some of these I've missed. CM said, I remember kept having the same dream about going downstairs and then something happened I cannot remember. But it got to the point, it was every night and I hated sleeping. But I'll get it tonight. Yeah, I wouldn't like weird, horrible, recurring dreams. I do have recurring dreams, but they're not horrible. Well, apart from the Terminator one, but they're not the same dream. I quite often am being stalked by some big thing that you can't really hurt in a dream, but it's different every time. That's I rarely have nightmares. The only one I remember is the evil monkey one. Get your shells, you right, mate? Jumpers Herbo said, Mike, yeah, I used to have many nightmares about teeth falling out. Vanity, I guess, as a teen. Luckily, I've still got them. Just. Also, I like the dream I have where I can jump higher than houses. And the more I kick, I've had flying dreams. And I've had underwater swimming dreams, but I've never actually swum underwater. But what I'm probably seeing is what I've done in a computer game sort of thing. Well, you can still imagine what it'd be like underwater, can't you? You don't have to have been underwater. I've never swum in the sea underwater, though, you know what I mean? Actually, I had a dream the other night about my ex, and she still didn't put out. Dumbledore said, I used to have a dream about being chased by people when I was running like in water where you can't run. Yeah, I've had that. There was one where one of like the most vivid dreams like that I ever had where I physically couldn't stand up. So I've not had loads of ones where I can't. Like most of them you can't run properly. One of them I couldn't even stand up. And I was in I think it was a bank, and there was someone in the bank shooting people. And I was trying to run away, but couldn't run away because I couldn't even stand up. And I was having like crawl on my arms. That's I occasionally have dreams where I trip over something, which wakes me up. Oh, that's strange, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose that's the same as falling, though, isn't it? Yeah, but just not falling from a height. Get Your Shell said, had an experience once where I couldn't tell if I was asleep or awake, but I was paralysed. It felt like I was being choked. I was trying to scream for help, but couldn't speak. Yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, that sounds like what's that thing? Sleep paralysis, by the sounds of it. John Kenny said Croghan Grange was where a family moved in. The girl was sleeping opposite graveyard, and the vamp, like a decaying corpse, left its crypt and entered her room. But she survived. Years later, they got it. I've never heard of that, John. I'll have to look that up. Lord Price, I don't get nightmares or dreams anymore, just visits now and then from my sleep paralysis demon. Attempt to introduce heart failure in me. Fuck's sake. Yeah, my sister's had sleep paralysis and what looks like something stood at the end of her bed. Jumper Sail Boost, I also had dreams about people chasing me, and I could fly and jump over my parents' bungalow. Just as they get close, I could fly over the building and escape. Irishman said, they say if you want to remember your dreams, you need to say them out loud as soon as you wake up. That's it. Because if you, or even just say them in your head, innit? But yeah, I know what you mean. Because if you, some dreams, like honestly, just before I woke up, or not just before I woke, just before I came on here, I had a sleep. And I definitely had quite a vivid dream then. But I've been having vivid dreams the last 3 or 4 days. But yeah, but within 5 minutes, within a minute, I couldn't remember it. Sam said, I've just remembered that I was either asleep or semi-awake, and I felt something grab my leg, pulling me down my bed. That means my heart dropped. I jumped out of bed. Yeah, that would not be fucking pleasant. I was tactical about something like that. Steve, so I do remember a reoccurring dream as a kid that had a lot of thumping noises and roaring at night, and dots of light passing through the air. 20 years later, it looked like the beginning of Desert Storm. Oh, really? That's fascinating. That is. That's fucking bizarre, isn't it? Yeah, deja vu I get quite often. Yeah. That's just put that EVP on my PC and uploading it to YouTube, bottling it, as people will think it's fake. Go on, whack it on, mate. So he said, Litter, it's 90 Dead of Night, 1945. Nice one. That's the film. Wolf said the only bad waking dream I ever had was watching Predator when I was about 8. The film freaked me out. I still remember it. Yeah, Predator as an 8-year-old would probably be quite a scary film, wouldn't it? Dumble Salbu said another few dreams I had was I was sitting on an old rocking chair on top of 20 or so cushions. Being got out by a gorilla. I love dreams. They're so weird. John said, check Kenny Vobe's channel. All right, I'll do that. If you want me to definitely check it out, John, put a comment on one of my videos saying that, like on a normal video. See you later, Londonium. Have a good smoke, mate. And yeah, I'll add you later on thingy. Matt said, you off as well, Matt. Good night, mate. See you later. Flazzy, you right, mate? He said, thought I'd wait until I was back in the house. Didn't fancy watching a spooky stream out in the middle of the woods. I tell you what, there's been very little spooky stuff going on apart from out look at me in the dark. Jim said, I can't lucid dream, but I can slip into, I don't know how you'd even say that, hypnagogia, is it? Very easily. What is that? It's a wicked state. I do it every morning, some evenings, for about half an hour. Weird and grounding. Right, you have to explain that one a bit, Jim. I do recognise that name, though. Little Picker said, I've had sleep paralysis a couple of times. Lucid dreamed loads of times. Usually I'll go flying. It took me a while to get over the fear. Now I'm trying to feel guilty when I'm doing something wrong. Also said, was anyone freaked out by Zelda's the sister in Pet Sematary with the fucked up back? Yes, I'll tell you what, my sister fucking hates that scene because my sister's name is Rachel. So Zelda going, Rachel, help me, Rachel, you did this to me, Rachel, or whatever she says. And my sister's like 10 years younger than me, or more. So when I was watching that as like a fucking 16-year-old, she was probably fucking 6 or younger. Fucking yeah, that's like a worst thing ever. Zelda from Pet Cemetery 2. No, not Pet Cemetery, Pet Cemetery. I don't know why I said Pet Cemetery 2. Tat said, now I'm wearing a ski mask and telling Borat I won't buy his AKs. Was a video message to a mate in my. Right, all right. Matt, you right, mate? He said, long time no speak. I'm currently staying in a hotel until the council rehouse me. Well, chuffed. Oh, well, that's good. If that's a good thing, Matt. Nice one, mate. Yeah, nice one. I think you mean the rehousing's a good thing, yeah. Or maybe you couldn't wait to get out of where you was. But nice one, Matt. Yeah. Good to see you on. Jed said, I was brought up in old black and white horror films, Frankenstein, The Mummy, and The Wolfman. None of them scared me. But that fucking Cyberman from Doctor Who scared the shit out of me. Even now, they give me the creeps. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. But those things do stick with you once they've got them. Terry said, where's your pistol crossbow video gone, mate? I want the expensive one of the two. Where's the best place? Well, they should all my crossbow videos should still be on there, mate. Sometimes I put them on my main thing. You have to explain to me which one you want. What do you mean? Out the Redback and the Tomcat 2, do you mean? Tomcat 2, you can only really get it one place, and that's Enfield Sports, I think. Little Picker said hypnagogia, or however you'd say it, between awake and asleep. Edison kept ball bearings in his hand as he was falling asleep, which then fell into a bowl in his lap and woke him. And that's when he did his best invention. All right. That said, other than that, the TV version of Cold Comfort Farm was about the only thing that scared me as a kid. It was the something nasty in the woodshed bit. We had a bloody woodshed back then. Mark said, yeah, Salem's Lot scared me to death. I think it was about 11. Irishman said, Salem's Lot was the only thing that scared the shit out of me as a kid. Didn't like vampires in general. Matt said, a lot of tourists down here in Cornwall. Busiest I've ever seen in my own town. What made you have to get moved? Then you don't have to say, Matt, if you don't want, but Tactical said the Triffids freaked me out as a kid and Quatermass in the pit. Dumbledore Boo said, I remember physically jolting my leg and almost fell asleep. Dreaming I'd fallen off something. Jim said, you said it right. Hypnagogia is a state between consciousness and sleep where you're dreaming, but you're still just about aware. Can get very entertaining. Well, that sounds similar to something. That sounds similar to some of my dreams. Because I think earlier, the dream I was having, I almost slightly woke up during it. But I sort of got past it and then it went, sort of thing. So I said, Cold Comfort Farm is now one of my favourites. Strange. Bradley, right, mate? I don't know where you lot are. It's pretty fucking hot this evening. Yeah, so much for the scary stories. It's been a dream stream tonight. Matt said, it was a rather long story, mate, but it worked out well for me. Just once in my life, things are looking onwards and upwards. Nice one, mate. That's good, Matt. Terry said, the incredible shrinking man, black and white, especially the spider bit. Jim said, I actively do it. It's a bit like meditating. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to look into it, Jim. It's not something I don't really know about, but I'll look into that. Sounds interesting. I like that kind of stuff. Jim said, the best dreams are the ones where you wake up and you fall back to sleep right where you left off. Yeah, well, that never really happens for me properly. Like, I think they are, but then it goes somewhere completely different. But then dreams are like that anyway. They never really stay on fucking on topic anyway. Yeah. Dad said, Jumble Sabu, that's quite common. It happens to me now and again. There's a medical reason for it, I believe, but can't remember the name of it. What was that Reeves was saying? Oh, he's removed it by the looks of it. Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, yes. My favourite TV show, I think. Did weed helps. That won't work for me, sadly. Where am I? Peter, how you doing, Peter? You right, mate? Grovesy, you right, mate? He said, this isn't a ghost story, but I had a dream last night that I was a talking xenomorph. I got the fright of my life when I had claws, then I had human hand. That's weird as fuck, isn't it? But, you know, that's the nature of dreams, isn't it? Weird as fuck. I like the ones where you have a dream you're in your house, but your house doesn't look like your house. You know, you just know it's your house. Same as like that thing with shooting Hitler. I knew it was Hitler, but it didn't actually look like Hitler. But it was Hitler. It was definitely Hitler. Just didn't look like him. Jim said tactical. Try to remember it. Takes time, but it's good fun. Oh, tactical said to Jim, I wonder if that's what I get as most nights where I drop off. I can picture people's faces clear as day. I can describe it to them. That clear. Bizarre, isn't it? I'm going to show you lot something really scary. Prepare yourselves. There's a ghost in here. Don't do much there. That's Jumbo mentioned his leg spasming just before August. Right, yes, I've had that a couple of times. The worst time I don't get it very often now, but I have had it a little bit. But the worst I ever had it, and why I've never ever taken it ever since, I had a period years ago, like 20 years ago, where I couldn't sleep properly. And someone gave me some like over-the-counter sleeping tablets. As soon as I took those sleeping tablets, my fucking legs was kicking so much in the night. It was the first time it did it scared the shit out of me because it actually felt like someone grabbed my ankle and went like that in my bed. It scared the crap out of me. And then it kept happening. So I stopped taking them. Don't get too scared, Steve. Yeah, nice one, Jed. Yes, there's me. I've pulled. There's my ghoul friend. Fuck's sake. Probably the least scary, spooky stream you could get tonight. At least we kept with a theme. Captain Jim, my dreams are freaky enough as it is. A witch told me those faces were precognitive. I smiled and nodded. Yeah, restless leg syndrome, that's it. Yeah, after I had that, I never took them tablets ever again because it was quite... Like, I was violently kicking my leg, but it was actually feeling like someone's pulling it. You're off, Tyler. Good night, mate. Hope you don't get too much abuse on your videos. Just turn up a piss off. I'll tell you the easiest thing to do. Any pricks, you know this, anyway, I didn't need to tell you this, but any pricks on YouTube, just fucking delete them. I don't even reply to dickheads now. I just delete them and block them. Any cunt coming on your videos writing stupid shit wants some stupid interaction with you. Delete and block them. Or send them a message saying fuck off, you dickhead. Then delete and block them. You can be a little bit more imaginative than that, but I don't even bother with that now. Wolf says YouTube's fucked. I can see likes and comments in studio, but not my main site. It's demented, isn't it? Wolf said it's getting. There's loads of weird shit like that. You know what I was getting at one point. So people were commenting on my videos. I would then reply to them, and then when I'd go off and come back, all of my fucking replies had disappeared. Yeah. So if someone wanted to reply to my reply, they couldn't because it wasn't there. CM said, yeah, I'll usually allow it and then tell them to fuck off and then block them. Good night, mate. See you later. Have a good evening. John said, enjoyed your video, mate. I'll message you on Facebook. Good night, Charlie, Emma, and Bradley. Good night, you lot. Good night. Yeah, we'll 100% definitely meet up soon, and I'll give you more than a week's notice. All right? Good night, you three. All right, where am I? Steve said, I was recording and taking pictures at a power plant that was being shut down. At one point, when I took a picture, a voice was in the background of the recording that said, I want a picture. I was the only one in the plant. Now, you've done a lot of things like that, ain't you, Steve? Next time I do, do you want to? If I do like a spooky stories sort of thing again, not spooky, scary ghost stories. You could probably join in again, couldn't you? Well, I'd like that because you got some really interesting stuff. If you're prepared to share it, anyway. Yeah, it's fucked up. As I said, I've never really experienced anything like that, but it must be strange as hell. Tap said, I went to the local cemetery a few years back with my two cousins. Halfway down the track, we saw a red glowing ball coming up towards us, swinging like a lantern. Little Big said, I woke up once, knew I was still asleep because a poster was floating in the middle of the room. I woke up and the furniture was in the wrong place. I woke up again and again. That's right. I've had to wake up in a dream and think you was awake, but never multiple times. Thursday said, never dream we. I actually have that quite often, but luckily my bladder is quite strong. So I've never actually done it. But no, I quite often have dreams where I'm stood there having a big old piss. It's probably because in my dream I'm dying for, not in my dream, in real life I'm dying for a slash. But yeah, that'd be very embarrassing to wake up. You've actually pissed to bed. Right, just waiting for a tactical second half. Jim said, are you planning a Halloween video yet, Mike? I will definitely, I haven't planned nothing, but I'll 100% do a Halloween video. Definitely, because I love doing the Halloween ones. And if it's, what night is Halloween? Let's have a look. It's not that, it's a Sunday. Well, no, yeah, it's Halloween, October the 31st. All right, I might be able to do, because I don't mind doing so, I might do a Sunday night stream for that night. We'll do a Halloween themed stream, but I'll definitely do a proper video for it, like some kind. I always do a Halloween video. Some fucking stupid thing, but I like doing the Halloween videos because it's a bit of something different. Cobra Commander, you right, mate? He said, "How is 13 working out for you? I kind of feel like last year has been a long Friday the 13th. Yeah, for me, Friday the 13th is just another day, really. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, yeah, was going to do a spooky stream, but this is about as spooky as it gets. Oh, where am I? Tactical said, oh, yeah, and he said about the swinging lantern light you saw. It had a tail like a comet and was doing an arc-like motion as it came forwards. I lagged it. Went back a minute later and it had gone. There was a natural phenomenon called miner's lamp. Bit like a will-o'-the-wisp or ball lightning. Hoping it was that. It scared the shit out of me. Funny thing is, I was thinking about ball lightning when you were saying it. Weird as fuck, innit, seeing shit like that. Peter said, I often have dreams where I need to piss really badly, but can't find a toilet. When I do, it's filthy, and I don't want to go near it. It's bizarre, innit? I love how weird dreams are. Ted said, I dreamt I badly needed a piss. Luckily, I've always woken up on time. I really do need a piss. That's what I get. But yeah. But sometimes I still won't wake up for hours. Still managed to hold it in. What was a comment I'd missed? Comment. I can't talk tonight. Comment. I'm saying comment. Matt said, how's things you anyway, Mike? Any new weapons or upgrades to your bow? Hang on. Did he say any new weapons? Getting any new weapons?
I want a katana, a pistol, a shotgun, a machine gun.
All the shit you shouldn't have.
I love that video. Eric was on earlier as well. I ain't got enough. I'll tell you what I am gonna make actually, but you probably won't be able to see it in the dark. So this will be getting made soon. Right, that and this. Steve, you saying good night to CM? He went off about half an hour ago. You sure you weren't watching on delay? Zed said I managed to piss in the wardrobe thinking it was tight. My cousin's husband Richard ex-alcoholic, for years and years and years, got the piss took out of him for pissing in the wardrobe, and his girlfriend at the time's house is his wife's. Yeah, but he pissed in his father-in-law's wardrobe, put it that way, while his father-in-law's clothes was all in it. Oh God, he's never lived that down. I ain't got nothing at the minute planned. You may have to ask me that again in a minute. I'm gonna have to try and catch up. She said, Mike, just taking the little dog out for a walk. All right, have a good walk, Steve. Also said, miner's lap sounds like forbidden act, sex act. Yeah. That said, Jim, if he does, I've got one or two I can add. All right, yeah, I'll definitely do a live stream. I'll definitely do a video as well. So I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'll think about what we'll do. I'll tell you what I'll do then. Friday, Saturday, I'll do a normal stream. Sunday, I'll do a big, long story one again. Cobra said, what do you think about testing the broadheads from coconut? I believe your broadheads will pass the test, or others might not. I'm definitely up for that, Cobra. Problem is, I'm so tight for money, I struggle to buy anything at the minute. But, yeah. Give me a little bit of time. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I literally never have any money at all, because the only money I get from YouTube, and I don't actually get paid from YouTube, so the only money I ever get is people donating money, really. Yeah, I'll play my ad quickly. Now I've mentioned it. But if anyone ever does want if anyone ever does want to donate, this video will show you how, and there'll be links in the description and the chat to take you to the website. This will be 30 seconds long. I was going to put slow mode on. The fucking bastards have moved it again. Right. If anyone's got a comment they want me to read out, put it on again. I'm going to have to skip a little bit of stuff to catch up a bit. Little Picker said, one of the most haunted places I've ever been to was Knighton Gorges, pronounced K-Knighton, on the Isle of Wight. Former site of a manor house with a long history of murders and suicide. The manor house was burnt down. That's a shame Stu went on. He lives there, doesn't he? Isle of Wight. He probably knows that. Matt said, I watched the new Mad Hatter film. I can't say it's weird. I can say it's weird, not good. That's a shame. But I don't know if I'd even watch that anyway. Also said, yeah, tactical. I know my manners like Area 51, bro. Jim said, Zed, are you making video noises? Any luck putting out footage of your computer? D2 said, was driving through Mill Lane in Nest to work, slammed on because a bloke walked out in front of me. The guy had no legs and went straight over the road through a hedgerow opposite. I can't explain it. That's fucking weird, D2. Bloody hell. Zed said, I was going to get you that Tanto from CS, but they're sold out. That's why you got the cookery. Ah, nice. Well, there you go. Yes, there you go. I should be making my own version. And I'll tell you what, Zed, I've even got some handle scales that should mimic the real thing as well, if they work properly. So, yeah, look out soon. I may have a Carl Steele looking Tanto thing. Matt said, very nice. I like it. Love your homemade sheaves. Can't spell it, but the leather covers were nice. That's it. I think it's just with a TH in it. But yeah, pretty much, yeah. But the worst dream is a work dream. It's not weird. It's a normal day at work. And you wake up and you have to go to work. Yeah, that's a horrible dream. Wolf said, have you seen Stu's Yorick saw that thing would fuck you up? Yes. Yeah, I watched that. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, done half cut through them bottles. Lovely, done it? He's done a nice job on sharpening that as well. Stu has. Yeah, so that's the two things I'll be doing soon. I'm making some bayonets and stuff to sell at the minute. As for mods for the crossbows, not that I can think of. But if I can find something that I think might be worth doing to them, I will. Yeah. She's saying that. Did I ever put a torch on that one? Oh, yeah, I did, didn't I? Yeah. I couldn't remember if I'd ever sorted that torch for that one. Oh, that means that's not got one then. Yeah. So many fun crossbows. I can't remember how they're even set up nowadays. Tat said, I heard of the village that appears every 100 years, and if you're lucky enough to find it, you can have a whiskey and a song. That's weird, isn't it? Zed said to Jim, I got the adapter thingy, but I haven't used it yet. I need to try it out soon, and I can think of something to film. Well, you could always tell us a story, recording your voice, but not showing your face. Point out a wall. Bob, how you doing, mate? Hope all is good. Bergio said, have you ever heard of time displacement, when people think they have moved backwards and forwards in time? Some weird stories about that. Other than what you've just said, that's all I know about it, Bergio. That'd be interesting to hear stories like that. I sometimes feel like I have missed time, but I don't know if that's just because I've been doing fuck all and it seems like half an hour and really it's 3 hours. I often do have sort of seems like missing time. Matt said, my chat has gone out of sync. I tried refreshing it, but still the same. Ah, right. Do you reckon that's the, it could be the Wi-Fi then, Matt, yeah. Is that what that is, Brigadoon? I'll tell you what I will do, saying as you're on, Bob, yeah. So this Halloween, I'm probably going to do another one of those scary story videos. So I'll include your one you sent me, because I haven't done a new one yet since last time, but I've still got yours saved. So I'll put yours in, Bob, because yours is an excellent story. Yeah. So maybe the beginning of October, I'll start advertising for, I'll start requesting stories for people send in, and I'll do a similar video that I did last time. That's a lol. It's an old musical film. Thought someone would have heard of it. I have heard of Brigadoon, but that didn't, it just went over my head. Peter said, I used to have missing time when I was drunk. Same here, every time. Give it a nice one. I'm looking forward to not ZTV. Oh, yeah, not ZTV. No, don't say that. No, don't call it that. Not ZTV, Jim. Don't call it that. I used to have a bloke on here used to come on called Not Z. It was something like that. But they're hoping you say it like an American. Nazi. UK Exposed, right, man? Nothing wrong with lurking. Nothing wrong with lurking. That's a loss. Sorry, it's an old musical film. I thought someone would have heard of it. Zed Not Z said, for the Halloween stream, you mean, Mike? Yes, yeah. As it's supposed to be creepy, it would be better if I did show my face. That'd be more scary than anything. That's right. Berger said, and Matt Francis, I was reading about it a few times. Stu's on Stalker of the Devil. You're right, Stu. Someone was just saying about. How you doing, Stu? So Wolfstead was just talking about your sword you got. And Litter Picker said, one of the most haunted places I've ever been to is K Knighton Gorges. He asked you. Fuck me, I can't see nothing. You know this place? Because I imagine you probably would. Matt's in a YouTube channel called Slap Town. Rolf said, hey, Stu, I was talking about the Yorick sword, bro. I'm in love and I'll be getting one. Good price as well, actually. That website, Stu, found that stuff on. I had a look at some of their stuff. And, yeah, good prices. Virgin, my favourite freaky thing is the Mandela Effect. Yeah, the Mandela Effect is weird as fuck. Now, I used to talk to Liam about that because we'd had a joint Mandela Effect thing, but I can't remember what it was. But the Mandela Effect is fucking fucked up. If you don't know what the Mandela Effect is, it's multiple people, sometimes thousands of people, remembering a certain event that happened that never happened, as in Nelson Mandela dying before he died. So there's thousands of people who go about who swear to fucking God that Nelson Mandela was dead, but at the time he was still alive. Yeah, me and Liam have had a joint Mandela Effect thing, but I can't remember what it was now. Yeah, the Mandela Effect thing is really weird. What can you remember any of them, Pergio? Jim said, Mike, who was the nuttiest viewer you've ever had to fuck off? I don't know. Did you do? Oh no, I did have a woman on here once. Actually, two. The two most mental people I ever had on YouTube was women. One of them was years ago when I used to talk to this woman. It was before I had this channel. I had another channel that was just Mike 2240, and I used to put some weapon stuff on. Some of it was Stephen King videos and stuff like that. And I used to put all of Stephen King's cameos on YouTube, but then they all got copyrighted, and I got the channel shut down for copyright. Not through the Stephen King stuff though. Anyway, because of that, this woman started talking to me about an actor called R.D. Call. So R.D. Call. That's his name, R.D. Call. He's in Waterworld. He's normally like some kind of bodyguard henchman kind of thing in films, but he starred in a Stephen King thing called The Golden Years as the baddie. She was obsessed with R.D. Call. Would talk to me every day about him. Right, I think she was a little bit older than me, and I thought she was. I thought she didn't come from the UK, but in the end, I found out I think she did, because she said something that she would have only ever known if she lived in. She basically said about something being on telly at a certain time, and she would have only known that if she lived in the UK. Anyway, I used to talk to her nearly every day, but at one point she started getting a bit like, if I didn't reply straight away, she would start getting funny about it and start saying, "Why haven't you replied? Why haven't you replied?" And this was, she wouldn't have known I'd read it. Not like on Facebook where you actually says that it's read. She'd give me half an hour. Why don't you reply to me yet? And it got to the stage where she started going on about, she was nuts, basically, put it that way. And she started telling me about how the only things I can remember was she started saying that the government or some government organization was coming to her house and stealing the cats that visit her to punish her for something. So she would feed these cats, and then the government would come and steal these cats because they didn't want her, having pleasure from the cats, right? And then she reckoned that someone had left a coin on her doorstep, and she was convinced that was R.D. Call leaving a coin on her doorstep as a sign to say, "I know who you are." You know what I mean? And it was getting so much, and she would message me constantly in the day, getting worse and worse and worse. Nutterish bullshit. And in the end, I think I accidentally said something like, because I was trying to be nice, I didn't want to be a cunt. I accidentally said something, some of the stuff you're saying is mental, basically. And that was it. She went mental and never spoke to me ever again. That was proper weird. I actually thought she was all right, but then she got a bit too honest with me and showed a bit too much nutterishness. Yeah. And then it just got too much and I couldn't deal with it. That's why I've got an aversion to answering messages quickly. Oh, God. Yeah, exactly, Bob. Nuts, aren't they? Just stalkers are no fun. Right, let me catch up. Dad said, "You never know, it might end up Zod, not ZTV, if that bastard beats me to it." But I remember hearing that Nelson Mandela died in the news when I was a child. Yes, bizarre, isn't it? Bizarre. There's one theory about the Mandela Effect is that some sort of crossover, another dimension. That's it. I've heard that theory. I like the Mandela Effect. It's weird. There's quite a few of them if you know them. Stu said, "Yeah, got a book on that place. Drive past that site often. The reason locals calls it Knighton or K Knighton is there's another one called Knighton." Oh, I get you now. Yeah. Steve said, "Mandela Effect is in The Wizard of Oz. I always remember the Tin Man with the axe. Now he has a long wrench and Scarecrow has a silver revolver." That's fucking bizarre, isn't it? Yes, because I would have said Tin Man had an axe. That's all. She had pictures on her walls of you. Yeah, that was just one of, and then the other one. another woman was just one who just got carried away with telling me all the illegal things she owned and stuff. And I just keep saying to her, I don't want you telling me that kind of stuff, because I occasionally do get raided by the police for no reason. I don't know. Hopefully it don't happen anymore. I'm hoping it don't. I don't I don't do nothing criminal, and they've never convicted anyone of a crime in the 20 years they've been coming around here, keep doing it. But I don't want a load of, because she don't realise she writes all that shit. If the police ever search my computer, I've also got her address on my computer because she bought something off me. So the police would be able to track all of the weird illegal shit she had if I left the messages on my computer, which I don't, because I'm not a cunt. Yeah, and I had to tell her, stop fucking telling me all this weird shit. I do not want to know. I do not want messages from you on my computer. I don't want to know. You shouldn't be telling people this kind of stuff. But because I told her that, and I told her to stop doing it, she started coming online, calling me a bully and stuff like that, because I wouldn't let her tell everyone all the illegal shit she had. And then she made a fake account. What she did, she changed her name, and she changed the picture of her icon, and didn't realise that sometimes there's a delay in the picture changing on certain parts of YouTube. I went on to my the the YouTube studio, and there was a new name, but a different picture. A new name, but the same old picture. Her saying, "Oh, I've heard you and Liam are a right bunch of bullies and blah blah blah, and you're really cruel to this woman." But it was her picture, so I knew it was her. Yeah, I don't know why I was only trying to be nice to her and save her getting in trouble. Steve said, another Mandela Effect I remember is the Monopoly Tycoon character with the monocle. Yeah, isn't there one with E.T.? Because E.T. does not say E.T. phone home. E.T. actually says E.T. home phone. But I think that's just, you'd think he's saying home phone home, but he's actually saying E.T. home phone if you listen. But I think that's just a wordplay thing, because you just, Peter said, Mike, she probably wrote out fantasies about you in small notebooks and tiny writing. Oh, fuck's sake. Bob said, I have a YouTube stalker who has many accounts and still stalks me. Nightmare, innit? Do you reckon that's the person who you actually know in real life as well, Bob, or is it someone else? Cobra Commander said, the fast cycling, hardest shooting repeater bow. Cobra Commander said, I think I found the perfect crossbow platform, the mini striker. That's it, yeah, and it requires only 40 pounds of effort. I've seen that one. Yeah, and I've seen people already put magazines on those, or a auto-loading bolt system. UK Expo says she might be lurking. Like, well, I'll tell you what, I would let her come back. I'd let her come back any day of the week, as long as she's not continuously writing things that could get her in trouble. That was all it was. I never had anything against her, ever. It's just I do not want on my computer messages from her telling me shit, because I don't want to know it. I do not want to know that kind of stuff. So trying to save her, you imagine every day continuously having to fucking delete messages and then say to someone, don't write that, you incriminate yourself. And they just refuse to listen to you. I think it's because people are so convinced that they're anonymous online, and you're not even in the slightest. You're not even in the slightest. Wolf said that I can still shoot a red back pistol faster and cleaner than a magazine crossbow. I can shoot 20 bolts now, or I have to grab another handful. That's it. If you've got the technique, because the magazines, especially as you say, faster and cleaner, that's the issue with the magazines, especially some of them. Oh, no, that person, Bob. I know exactly who you mean. Yeah, that person, yeah. Yeah, I won't say no more than that person. I know exactly who you mean. Sorry, Bob, I forgot about that. Yeah, the reason why you had to, yeah. That was it. I had a bird who would travel 10 miles to hand post letters to me. Weirded me right out. Serves me right for being on a dating show. It's weird as fuck, though, ain't it, when that kind of, yeah. Don't try and understand stupidity. But yeah, I would genuinely welcome that woman back if she wanted to. I've got no issues with her, other than I was trying to just protect her, basically. But she took it as some kind of bullying, because I wouldn't let her come on here saying she'd bought things like pepper spray and, Fuck me. You don't start admitting to all weird shit like that. Loads of it, constantly. And asking me weird questions about things. You know, I ain't going to talk to you about that. Does he still do that shit, Bob? I used to sometimes check that channel just to see what was going on, because he used to do those stupid videos about you, didn't he? Weird, pointless. You know, so the shit he used to do was, as you say, well, stalker behaviour, wasn't it? But no, I know exactly who you mean. I'd forgotten about him because I hadn't seen his comments on anyone's videos for a while, or he used to pop up because he would be on Electro stuff and stuff like that, wouldn't he? That's it. This stream is fucking shit. You ain't getting Stroke Crow though.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
You want Stroke Crow, you got to ask for it. I ought to make people pay for Stroke Crow. Sunny War said, tell a story. Sadly, I ain't got no spooky stories, really. Yeah, I ain't really got nothing. I've had times where, some of the spookiest places I've ever been. We used to go to, near me used to be an old derelict shop and a house. And the shop and the house had the old woman had died. This shop was old as fuck as well. It was like a shed. It was so old. And it had been around, I don't know how long, but it was like an old shed. And the house was old as fuck. But when she died, there was no one to take over the stuff. So the house and the shop was just left derelict with all the stuff in. And as sort of 12-year-olds, we used to go in there because I used to get pissed off that the locals would catch us in there, call the police. But I understand why now, because we was in some old house where we'd be kicking the walls down and shit. Probably could have really hurt ourselves. It was like a really fucking, really, really old house. But I remember sometimes when I'd be in that house on my own, like I wouldn't be in the house on my own, but I'd be, because we'd go in this house, smashing the windows out and, get some rope from somewhere and hang it out the window, and we could climb up to the bedroom for, shit like that. Like our own playground. It's brilliant. All right, see you in a minute, Zed. But I remember sometimes being in some of the rooms on my own, and I'd be very fucking scared. Even though there was other people in it just just didn't feel right, some of the rooms. Yeah, scary as fuck. Never liked being in any of the rooms on my own. But we used to love that fucking house. We used to, at one point, we got into the loft and we basically smashed holes in the roof. And we were stood, like, with our head out the roof, like that. Little hole in the roof. Smashed the tiles out, stick our heads out. I used to love that. It was a great place. Marv said, evening, Mike. I'm just after the new Suicide Squad. Not what you just watched it. Was it any good? Bob said he shut down his first channel. There's another channel now, and he has many channels. And recently sent me 2 messages. What a creeper! That's a shame. I was hoping that bastard, I hope he'd piss off and you wouldn't have to deal with that kind of shit, because I watched the stuff that was going on there, and it was completely unnecessary what he was doing, wasn't it? Cobra Command said the big limitation for the Redback is the lack of heavy bolts for it. I feel it needs 300 to 450 grain arrows with sharp bodkin points. That would change its capabilities drastically. You can get some custom bolts, Cobra Commander. And actually, I think full-size bolts might fit in them. Let me show you. I may be able to put you on to the bloke who sells these. He may actually be on. I don't know if Simon's on. But Simon, there's a bloke called Simon who sells these. And now these will fit in a Redback and a Tomcat 2 if you take the anti-dry fire out. That's all you got to do. You push a pin out, take the anti-dry fire out, and then you can shoot bolts like that out of it. And they will take a broadhead as well. go on to, if you want to ask the bloke if he'll still do them, I don't know if he does. But I suspect, looking at these, well, you'd have to mod bolt because the problem is they only have 2 flights. But yeah. That's it. What Wolf said, saying there. Cobra Commander, I have heavy custom bolts. You have to remove the anti-dry fire and bend the tensioner up. The bolts have 150 grain screw tips. Yeah, that's from Simon, isn't it? Custom pistol bolts. Look up custom pistol bolts on Facebook, or Cobra Commander message me. I don't know if he still does them, but he might do. Exposed said slingshot were a time for him shooting himself again.
Yeah. Look at that. It just knocked the dirt off.
It's a strange atmosphere. That's it. Yeah. Little Picker said Mandela Effect. A bloke wrote the IOW local newspaper to ask why they'd removed the animal figures from the gateposts at night in George's Manor. And they had, maybe a century previously. Ain't that weird? Yeah, it's very bizarre. That said, stop it. We all know I'm taking your anti-dry fire out. She's off limits. Mother said, there's a reason I call him Gunshot Warrior. Yeah, look up. Who was saying it? Cobra Commander. You could make these. Sorry, fucking itchy nose. If you could probably buy the thinner full-size aluminium bolts. Shave, you can cut off the flights quite easily. Cut 3 of them off and glue 2 back on. You could probably make them easy enough out of aluminium bolts. Sorry, I've got hair hanging out my nose. No, did I put up with it? Where am I? Sonny said, thanks for the short story. I have a vision of your head poking out the hole in the roof and the tile comes off and it takes it right off. Some spooky shit. That's about as spooky as I could get for you. Other than the only other thing I've ever had, which depends whether you think it's spooky or not, is I was stood in my front room once. Not in my front room, I stood in my kitchen. And what looked like a shadow came running out of my front room and ran at me. And as it came at me, it disintegrated. But it scared me enough at like 1 o'clock in the morning to go, oh, fucking hell, like that, as it sort of ran at me. But I've always just, I think I just imagined it, basically. But for some people, that's a shadow, man. Shadow person. But for me, I just think it's too much drugs and booze in my life. And my brain playing tricks. Because it might just be my own shadow, but it looked like it was moving. You know what I mean? Little Picker said, I know I've never seen those figures, but I remember them too. Lots of people do. And it's K Knighton. All right. I'm going to get it wrong every time unless you write it as K Knighton every time. The problem with Jaxie bolts, I think Jaxie bolts were all right, Cobra Commander, but Jaxie bolts are quite expensive. Do you know that I sell custom bolts, though? If you want cheap broadhead bolts that will make a difference, I'll make them. Good boy. Good ghost. I have no idea how heavy these are, but these would be reasonably heavy. So that's standard pistol bolts with a proper broadhead in it. They'd probably be double the weight of a normal bolt. I sell them. Jaxie bolts are probably good. They're massively expensive. I think so anyway. I think Jaxie bolts are really, really expensive. If you buy my bolts, they'll be half the price of literally anyone you could find selling them. Tony said, what about household items getting moved? I've had stuff in the shed get moved that I can't explain. like, you know, I put a spanner down on the thing and then come back and it's not there, and then I'll find it under the bench or some shit like that. Bob said, Mrs. and I have seen shadow people in our house. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Bob, your fucking the fucking stories you told me was yeah, because I've got a vivid imagination. That was quite scary. Matt said, night, Mark. It was nice to say hello briefly. Talk again soon. Good night, Matt. Have a good night, mate. Chuck Stevens says, are you reading these, man? Yeah, Chuck. I can do one better than that, mate. Chuck Stevens said, are you reading these, man? I'm doing more than reading them. I'm showing them on screen, mate. Jim said, Mike, could you do a phone in on your live streams if we funded you a second phone? I've thought about doing something like that. What instead? Yeah, I have thought of that, but I don't. Yeah, yeah. One of the things I absolutely hate most in the world is talking on the phone for some reason. I would be interested in it. I have thought of that. Make it a bit like a radio show. Yeah, I thought of that. I have thought of that because it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? We'll have to look into it. Yeah, I'd be up for something like that, I think. Sandy said, Mike, if there was a zombie apocalypse, what crossbow would you use and why? It'd probably be my Jaguar 2, purely because it's £150, but I can lower it down to 105 if I want, or 120, and I've got loads and loads and loads of bolts for it. Yeah, send me a message, Cobra Commander. Either email me or... So you can either email me, which is this. So you can either email me or get hold of me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, instant messengers, and I can sort you some out. I've got this batch right here is ready to sell right now if you want them. They cost it cost you £22.50 for 6. £22.50 for 6. That includes the postage. Mother said, by the way, Mike, about the Amazon links you sent me, I'll just buy from them and you get money. Yes, that's it. That's all you got to do, Mother. That's all you got to do, mate. Can someone convert £22.50 into dollars for me? I would have to add a little bit more postage, though, but I'll still do it for you, mate. That's it. Be like Nightcaller. You go out and investigate crimes after the stream. I would be up for that, though. If all right, if you don't want to try and if you want to fund a separate cheap phone, you know, like a Tesco phone or something that I'll only turn on during the live streams, and you know, you can text me in the week and I'll read them out. Yeah, I can do that. And you can ring me up during the fucking streams. I'd have to try and find a way that you lot can hear it though as well. That's the only thing. I'll just put a loudspeaker, don't you? We just have to see how it sounds. I'll do it. I'll tell you what. Oh no, I won't be able to do it tomorrow. What we'll have to do, so don't let me forget, because tomorrow night, right? Tonight, I'm gonna end up using my limit for this month's StreamYard, so I can't StreamYard tomorrow. Yeah, 32. I'd say about then, Cobra Commander, about $35, because I'd have to add a little bit more postage. It cost me more to send it abroad. About $35. Does that sound all right? But the postage would be more to the US. But if you message me, I'll sort the price out properly. What was we saying? Yeah. Tomorrow I won't be able to do StreamYard stream because I've hit my limit tonight. But on the 16th it comes back. So next weekend, remind me early on, and we'll do if you want, I'll do a funder for a phone. Yeah, just buy a cheap phone from, like, you know, you get them like Tesco phones, can't you? Cheap as fuck. All right. Well, actually saying that, I'll tell you what, I've got an old phone that Daryl gave me that just needs a new SIM card. So I'll look into that. I may just need a new SIM card. Still may need to fund that though. Yes, I ain't got I've barely got nothing at the minute. But how much does a SIM card cost though? Can't be a lot, can it? But I have got an old phone. I've got old phones. I could always use my old phone. You know, I look into getting a new SIM card for one of my old phones. Little Picker said, "You don't need a crossbow for the zombie apocalypse. You can kill zombies by throwing 12-inch vinyls at them. That's it." Shaun of the Dead Star. Tactical said, "In fact, don't bother, Mike. I have an old Windows smartphone. I don't use. Just send you that, mate, or an old BlackBerry." Yeah. Now you said that, it's just made me think. I don't really need to actually. I've got a phone under here. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't cross my mind. But yeah, Tactical. If mine don't work or something, I'll do that. But yeah, thinking about it. Oh, fucking hell, it's getting cramped in my leg then. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, that's fucking painful, man. There's my old phone. I could use that. I could be honest, I could use my fucking ancient old phone. It only needs to get a fucking it only needs to be able to receive a call, doesn't it? That Daryl gave me that when I wanted a. He was getting a new phone, and I wanted a phone that could go on the internet, just so I could mess around on the internet on the phone. But yeah, I just need a SIM card for it. In fact, it did have a SIM card. Did they run out after a while? I don't know whether I should tell you like the number. Let's have a quick test, shall we? For the WeaponCollector phone in. That I probably hate doing. Right, I'm gonna charge this phone for a bit. Oh, fucking hell. I've had this light plugged in all night and the fucking thing wasn't even on. The charger wasn't even on. All right. So if I can turn this on in the next few minutes, I'll give someone the number and you can ring it. But I don't think I'll answer it tonight. Because it has got a SIM card in it. I just don't know if it works anymore. Mother said, "So no shotgun to the face tomorrow. It's time to use it again and give the viewers a free lesson." Yes, this is how to not use any gun.
Yeah. Look at that. It just knocked the dirt off.
Now they want stroke crow. All right, there you go.
Are you not entertained?
Right, just charging this phone. If it'll turn on tonight, we can do a quick tester. Metallic Reality, how you doing, mate? You right? And he said, "Good morning, all. Just got home from many cocktails. I haven't missed many stories." Not really. We had a couple, but not flash. Like a radio phone in tonight. First one to call gets a free crossbow. Maybe a picture of a crossbow. Sent you by email. Alright, it ain't turning on yet. Oh, look. Cobra Commander said, "I'm still interested in getting some products from you to shoot at, but I can't see myself buying another man's coconuts." Did you also know that I do bayonets for these pistol crossbows? That's what you want, as the Spice Girls say. What you really, really want. Look at that showing in that lovely light. Oh, fuck me, I can't see the hook now. They put it back. Hopefully that don't fall down and spike me. Bob said never gets old. It doesn't. It doesn't. Right, I'm going to put a phone number up in a minute, and whoever rings it first can be ignored by me. But no, I would be up for that. I would be up for that. Right, no signal. Yeah, I've got a feeling that. Hang on, it may not even have a SIM card. No, it's got to have the SIM card. I think the SIM card's like run out and it's no good anymore. Yeah. I don't think it's got any actual, you know. John, how you doing, John? He said, I have a ghost story. I was praying for God to speak to me. And the same night I had a dream, which was very real. And I saw a man with white linen clothes on. And he had a face that looked like galaxies. That is bizarre, isn't it, John? That's very bizarre. Mother said, will your brother let you borrow his new pistol crossbow for a review? I guess he really loves it. Yeah, he certainly won't be selling it to me, put it that way. He offered me his great big compound crossbow. So, right, I'm going to see. Yeah, I don't think the SIM card works in this anymore, so I'll have to get a new SIM card. But that don't really, that's not a big deal, is it? But this phone does work. It's just, it's fine. Even my old phone will still work for calls. It's just, don't matter if everything else is shite. It's a phone, isn't it? What do you want it for? Let me see if it's even got a SIM card in it. Yeah, no, it has got a SIM card in it, so it must be no good now. Yeah. So I shall have to be getting myself a new SIM card by the looks of it. But just be prepared. I'll tell you what. Yeah, because it'll still be quite funny reading people's texts, though, wouldn't it? So I'll set this up so you lot can call it and text me on it. Don't expect me to ever use it as a thing to communicate with me, though. It'll be purely for live streams. So don't message me on it saying I want to buy something or anything. It's just for calling up live streams and sending me messages for live streams. But also don't expect me to do it too often, because I actually hate talking on the phone for some reason. I don't know why. But definitely, yeah, drunk streams, definitely I'll do it. And yeah, and other ones, we'll turn it on and we'll see what happens. I'm glad I know that's from the Spice Girls, Tactical. Tactical's quoting the Spice Girls there. He doesn't love me. Yeah, Picker said, I'd let you shoot at my coconuts, but I'm shy. Sonny said, Mike, have you still got your Cold Steel Gladius? Are they worth buying? What would be your last stand melee weapon? Right, how much are the Cold Steel Gladiuses? Depending on the price, I think they're decent. Really, it's really decent thing. Just depends how much they are. I don't think they're overpriced. I think they're pretty well priced for what they are. Yeah, I'd get one. And yeah, that would be a proper decent last stand melee weapon because of what it's made of, what it is, one-handed sword. Yeah, if I was going to use anything like that, it'd be something like that. Some kind of short sword that can stab and slash, or maybe my Warhammer. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. It's one of those things. I don't know. See you later, Mother. Good night, mate. Yeah, see you tomorrow night, mate. Yeah, I won't be doing any videos like these StreamYard videos, but that's all Persia going to the face swap. Make you the Spice Girls. Oh, Mike's girls. Fuck's sake. Do not be doing that.
We'll have to take this abuse much longer.
God, it's quite hot tonight, isn't it? I don't know about you lot. I got quite a bit of painful fucking when I was getting that phone out, I got a fucking great big cramp in the back of my fucking thigh. Lord Flashheart said Riot Shield and Cold Steel Gladius would be on point. That would. Yeah, perfect. Perfect thing like that. Some kind of little shield. Sonny said, I think they're 40 quid. I do have the cookery. Yes, I have the cookery that Zed got me, and the Cultural Gladius was a gift from SAK 94. Yeah, they're both decent, and for, I'd say well worth 40 quid, 100%. Yeah. Tap said, "Hang on, wrap yourself in that flag and do a Jerry Halliwell." Oh, for fuck's sake! Yes, I've even got the that like Esther. Yeah, I've even got the Jerry Halliwell fucking. I could do that costume easily. Get Zombert's ginger fucking wig, although it's part of his head. Yes, I could do that. Pete said it was warm out when I went for a walk a few hours ago. I ain't been out a lot today. I was looking after my niece and nephew most of the day. They was around early as well today. About an hour earlier than normal. And then by the time I finished looking after them, did some stuff indoors, went for a nap, came on here. So yeah. Someone remind me to get a SIM card for this phone in case I forget. If I leave it out in front of me, I should remember. Turned it back on though. All right, tough shit. The battery's coming out. I'll take the SIM card out. It reminds me. I must have a beer. This sober brain of mine is twisted. Don't do it if you don't want to. It's all right. The twisted stuff's all right. It's all right by me. Oh, fuck me. The middle's falling out now. Yeah, I'll get a new Tesco. It's a Tesco one. I'll get a new Tesco mobile SIM card. And regret it for the rest of my life. Nah, joking. It should be quite fun. But yeah, it'll be a bit like a radio phoning show then. I'll be honest, it crosses my mind quite a lot because I like watching Ian Lee's radio show. He don't do it anymore, but what he does instead, he does Twitch. Twitch. He sort of does a radio show on Twitch. And, you can phone that up. But instead of being on the radio, you can see him like this. Because this ain't much different to a sort of radio show anyway. I'm still talking to people, reading that, Yeah, it's not that different really, is it? Because you can listen to it. Little Picker said, if Mary had a machete, would she write cookery books? Oh, Mary Berry, yeah, would she write cookery books? Nice one. Relevant. You trying to steal Zed's crown there. Zed is the king of actual relevant jokes. Rough, just random ones. Steve said, wouldn't be weird if that woman phoned you on that phone? It fucking would be. It'll be off all week though. As soon as the stream ends, take the battery out. So I don't mind if I've got to turn it on, listen to voicemails during the. Yeah, that'd be quite good. Send your voicemails in. Stu said, "Is the Q&A video coming soon?" I'll tell you what, Stu. I'll try and put it on tomorrow. It's all recorded. It's just I had a little bit of an issue with my my video editor kept fucking up. It just wouldn't work. So I've uninstalled it, reinstalled it. Works fine now. So I'll do it. I'll probably do it tomorrow because I was thinking about it today. Last couple of days I ain't had a chance. Yeah, tomorrow I reckon, Stu. But what? Oh no! I'll tell you what I'll do. Sunday night, because it's quite long. So what I'll do, I'll upload it. I'll edit it tomorrow, and I'll upload it Sunday night as a premiere. So Sunday night we'll have a 40. Yeah, how about this? Who's up for me doing the Q&A, but between each question? So I'll answer the question, and then I'll put the question back on the screen and give you lot a minute to write your answers down to the questions. That would stretch that video out to probably over an hour, and then I could have a nice chat down the side, so we could have a Sunday evening chat, maybe 9 till 10 or something, or if people want to do a bit later. Otherwise I'll just do a standard video, and it'll be a premiere though, so still have a chat, and it'll be 45 minutes long at least. Yeah, you got it in the end, Tactical. What do you reckon? Yeah, so do the video, and then after each question, put the question back up on you lot answer it. So you lot can quickly put what your answer would be. Some of them you won't have time, but yeah, you reckon that'd be good, Jim? What's the right time for people on a Sunday night, do you reckon? 9 till 10? I could do 10 to 11. But it's going to be at least 45 minutes long anyway. But if I put the question on again and just leave the question up for a minute, let you lot answer it, I could stretch it to over an hour, definitely. I'll do that. Fuck it. We'll test it out, see if people are interested. But I'll definitely put the video on Sunday night with a premiere on it so we can watch it and chat while you listen to my answers. And there was a couple of questions I could not think of the answer of for some reason. But I've thought of the answer since, so now I can add an annotation or a thing afterwards saying what my answer is. All right, I'll do that then. What do you reckon, 9 till 10? That'd do, wouldn't it? Not too late for Sunday. I can't believe you can't small game in the UK out with a pistol bow. Doesn't make any sense. No, it's a shame really, isn't it? Yeah. You can use air rifles and stuff like that, but yeah, can't really do any hunting with a crossbow. Metallic Reality sounds good, but I'm scattering my brother's ashes on Sunday. So not sure I'll be able. Oh, sorry to hear that, mate. Sorry to hear that. Oh, look who's on. Hello, Crypta. Should I say Slingshot? You're right, mate. I didn't realise it was 11:45. I'm going to have to go off soon. I'll stay on for another 5 minutes. That's how I know I've had a good night tonight. I've barely looked at the clock at all tonight, and I didn't realise it was 11:45. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Metallic Reality. Still got to bury my dad's ashes. He's had his, like, call it fucking COVID funeral, where there's 12 people allowed. Sometime we're going to do it September, October, I think. We're going to have a burial of his ashes and do like a proper funeral, what he deserved. Because, you know, I think there's at least 250 people who would have gone, you know. Crypta said, I have a slingshot and axe throwing video. I'll check them out tonight, mate. I'll check them out. Are you still going to join in the shooting competition, by the way? The marksmanship contest. Feel free to use a catapult. Anything you want, mate. You know, throw an axe if you want. I might try and do throwing knives at one point. Tactical said to Crypta, who is Slingshot Warrior, did you get your replacement air rifle yet? I think he wasn't going to bother in the end, wasn't he? I can't remember now. Metallic Reality, it's taken 2.5 years post-COVID. We're going to do it out. So you've had the same issue as me then, yeah. My dad died the 10th of April 2020. So it's been over 1.5 years now that, you know, we had to do. See, 12 people, put it this way, 12 people at my dad's funeral wasn't even the people in this house and his own brothers and sisters. Wasn't even enough for all of them. You know, it's fucking really fucking frustrating. If, you know, at least because I know that's nothing compared to some shit that people had. You know, well, there's some story about some parents whose child died and they could have just like the two of them or something, or couldn't even have a funeral or something. You know, I was quite grateful to have 12 people there. But what we did do, though, because some cunt called the police afterwards as well. When the hearse was driving down my road, loads of people came and stood along the road, you know, in little groups. Yeah, that was brilliant. And let off a load of balloons. But yeah, it spoiled the whole thing. But we're going to make up for it anyway, you know what I mean? Crypta, not yet tactical. Yes, Mike, I will, but as you know, I had a setback. Yeah, you know what? Crypta, you know you can use other things, mate. It's all right. Yeah, it's a pity you had that setback, but we'll sort something out. And it ain't even started properly yet anyway. I'm going to start it maybe Monday properly. I just said to Crypta, hi Slingshot Warrior, I watched your Axo video. You should give more tips on your videos. You should share your expert tips in the backwoods weapons like crossbows, slingshots with us all. And he said, I'll do that, Irishman. There you go. Metallic Reality said, I feel for you, mate. My dad was my hero. It's rough. My dad's birthday is the 11th of August. I've had a little fire for him every year on his birthday. That's it, mate. Yeah, but I bet that's a nice little tribute to do, a nice way to remember someone, isn't it? Yeah. Right. So I'll be off. I'll have to go off. I'll go off at 10:02. So about 4 minutes. Right. So I'll get a SIM card for this. Don't ever expect it to ever be turned on, and don't I don't think I'll be taking messages on buying stuff either or stuff like that. Jim said, wow, that's some cunt who called the bill. Yeah, I'd like to know what cunt it was. I have my suspicions, but what a fucked up thing to do. Yeah, what happened was, luckily, the fucking police didn't turn up till everyone had fucked off. But genuinely, everyone who was out there was all stood in little groups in their own little, bits. No one was near each other. So really, they couldn't have said fuck all anyway. Everyone was actually staying away because it was like the peak of COVID. So a lot of people didn't want to come because of reasonably old people there. You know what I mean? Yeah. And by the time everyone had gone, just as everyone had pissed off, the fucking police drove around the road to sit. Yeah. So some cunt had actually called the police. Fucking pathetic bastards. Weird, isn't it? Weird. Frips, I was very sad when my dad died as well. Terry said, lost my hero dad last year, 27th of August. So it's coming up to a year. Sorry to hear that, Terry. Yeah, it's always terrible losing anyone in it. But during the COVID, it just made it a little bit more cuntish in a way. Because the other thing I had is still now, but it's partly my own fault, but still now, I've never really spoke to anyone apart from speaking to it about on here. And I never got to see any of my relatives when it happened. And again, people have it worse than that, but it's the kind of things you don't notice until it fucking happens. And you're like, fuck, you realize that, because we had to be careful because of my mum. Never had anyone come around the house after it happened, nothing, no one, but not because they didn't want to, but they couldn't. And now it's gone past it sort of thing, I got you, like, at least. And honestly, though, I do have, I live with 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, 5 people, 5 other people. So it's not like I live in a house on my own. And I do get to, and at the time I got to see my other brothers and that every day. So it wasn't like, that would be very hard if you lived on your own, I think. You imagine these get a lot of people who live on their, poor old dear whose husband died during COVID, and then they can't see their children, no one, because of COVID. Horrible, really, isn't it? Terry said, funeral was a disgrace. Not allowed to touch the coffin. Didn't feel like a funeral at all. Yeah, I understand that. I 100% understand that, Terry. Horrible, isn't it? Peter said, I really enjoyed the stream. I've missed them. Out of being ill. I hope to catch you tomorrow. Yeah, nice one, Pete. Yeah, you was on the thing the other night, wasn't you? Yeah. I'm glad you're getting better, mate. And nice to see you on. Yeah, and I've survived. How you doing, mate? You're right. I'm literally going off in a minute, sadly. Jim said, you want to all get lashed together in the village hall, wasn't it? That's exactly it. It was fucked, Jim. Couldn't do nothing. I just had to come home, and then I think I just went out in the garden with one of my brothers, or maybe 2 of my brothers, and like Daryl. That was it. That was all we could do, which was, again, better than nothing, but yeah. So that's what we're doing this year, Jim. We're going to have a burial and then hire out some fucking hall and just get everyone out and, hopefully they'll have a good time as well, because it will be the first time a lot of us have even been to be able to go out and get pissed somewhere as well with family. Because we used to do quite a lot of family parties. Any chance you'd hire a hall and have a family party, you know, I fucking enjoy them, but I haven't had one of them fucking about 2 years now. Metallic Reality said, weirdly, after losing people every year for the best part of a decade, the COVID year was the first we didn't have a death in the family. It was strange to be grateful. My brother died a year before it kicked in. Bizarre, isn't it? But yeah, I don't, yeah, strange, isn't it? Daniel said, support the 50p for the Lecky meter. I remember the good old days with the electric meters. 50p for the electric, and it was £1 for the gas. Krypton, if you want the good ghost stuff, watch Sir Spooks. All right, I should check that out, mate. I should check that out. So yeah, I'll be going off any minute now. That was a good stream, actually. It went quicker than I thought. Sorry to end on a downer, everyone. It's that's how, you know, that's how anyone feels. But you know what I mean. I'd just like to be honest. Not necessarily a downer. I don't feel it's a downer. It's just talking honestly, ain't you? You know, I think it's nice to talk honestly and get stuff out there, because people keep too much shit in, and then it don't make you feel no better. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I appreciate you lot and these streams, because I get to get some stuff out that I don't always get to talk about. You know, sometimes don't necessarily want to, and you know what I mean. DM said, not a downer at all, man. I'll be honest with you, I don't know why I even said that. Yeah. But yeah. Crypto, don't write bi like that. It's like bisexual, guys. Bi guys. Crypto, you shouldn't write things like that. Peter said there's no bullshit on your stream, which I appreciate. Yeah, I think, you know, it's nice being honest and you gotta fucking talk about things, didn't you? Right. Yeah, I appreciate it as well anyway. So tomorrow I'll be streaming, but I won't be able to do any of the little clip stuff, but I'll just be on tomorrow normally. Should we just normal live stream basically? Do you know what I mean? No theme, no nothing, just stream. So I'll see you all tomorrow night. Dad said, good night. Oh, actually, this stream is a bit creepy with the black t-shirt Mike's wearing. It looks like a disembodied head floating there. And look, if I'd have had that light off, I could have pretended to be Holly from Red Dwarf. And I don't think it worked if I turn this one off. Shit. No, that's just about. There you go. I can be Holly from Red Dwarf now. That's quite good, actually. So then he said, here's to nipples. Without them, titties would be pointless. Nice. Good night, Stu. Good night, everyone. Little Picker said, push a 50p coin into plasticine to make a mould, fill it with water, stick it in the freezer, take out the last one, put a 50p shaped ice cube in the meter. Those were the days. Yeah. Or pick the lock, as my dad used to do. Right. If there's ever a Red Dwarf day, I'll come on as Holly. Yeah. Yeah. Cheers for watching, everyone. That's been a good one. I enjoyed it tonight. I'll see you on tomorrow. But there won't be no clips tomorrow because I've done my limit and it don't come back till the 16th. So next weekend, I'll be fully back. So what was it I was going to do next weekend just before I go off? I may have to write that down quickly. So what was I going to do next week? Oh, it was trying to do a fund for a phone, but we don't need to, do we? Yeah. That's it, innit, I think. Yeah, because I've got one. I just need to buy a SIM card, which would be like 2 or 3 quid, wouldn't it? I think that's it anyway. If anyone remembers what I'm trying to remember, send me a message. Right. Cheers for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. Yeah, Red Dwarf Day would be good, wouldn't it, Jim? Try that out one day. I'll see if there's an anniversary. I think obviously there is a Red Dwarf anniversary. I'll have to try and find out when it is. Right. Good night, everyone. See you later. It's 5 to 12, and I'll probably keep people awake. Good night. See you tomorrow.